Queens and Crystal Things.
Welcome.
The podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, and raise the consciousness type of shit. I am Mia.
And I am Christy, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next, hour or so. We'll see. Today's going to be a special episode.
It's a special episode, y'all. Like, for real. So, believe it or not, today, the day we're recording is 7/7. How awesome.
Which is also my mommy's birthday. Happy birthday, mommy.
Oh. And this is even more perfect. So this is our second anniversary episode. Our anniversary was actually on 7/3, which is my daughter's birthday. So, it's a lot of cancer. Just me and two cancers in the house. Fun times. fun times. Fun times. So, you guys, we are 3 seasons in, 2 years, and honestly, it is still one of the highlights of my week.
You and me both.
Well, how many episodes in the 3rd season do we have?
23.
23. So we're definitely, are we 80 episodes in? 75 to 80 episodes, like all in?
No. I'm sorry, I'm over here eating.
Yeah, we get hungry.
I stay hungry.
But you guys, this has literally been so exciting. So this episode, it's a little bit of a reflection on life, the times, what's happening with the collective, and where do we feel the conversations that we've had since this time last year, where we've evolved personally, and where the conversation in a collective, or the understanding or the awareness in the collective, has evolved since this time last year.
And honestly, one of the things that I really like about this podcast is that those of you who have been listening to us from the very beginning, you've seen us shift, you've heard our stories, and it's like you all have been right with us, also evolving, shifting, and changing. So I love the fact that this podcast is pretty much serving as a, almost like a documentary of our spiritual journeys, and you guys are right along with us, and
absolutely,
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely,
and allowing us to share this space.
You know what, Chrissy, it's one of the major reasons we created the podcast is because we wanted people to know that you're not alone in this journey.
Right.
And so as we learn and grow, we share that with you all, because we understand that this journey is not stagnant. It's multidimensional. It changes. Vibrations go up and down, and frequencies in and out. And we're here to say embrace it all. And this is a safe space to talk about it, to think about it, without feeling like, am I losing my mind? You are not. You're gaining it.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit of a reflection for us. So, you guys, Miss Christy.
So this is interesting. Earlier you asked me how many episodes we've done.
Yes.
Total across first, second, and third episode. Not including today's episode, 93.
Whoa, I was like 20 off.
93.
We putting out this good love for y'all. Oh, really?
Yeah, first season we had 26 episodes. Second season we had 44.
Ooh.
And third we're already at 23.
Well, come on now. We got...
Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at from July of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
The episodes that we've done from July of 2021 until now. You know what? I'm gonna put a question up while we're doing this, because my brain, it's not as fast as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you so Christy, we're gonna do top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 episodes between July, because I think our season might have shifted. So I'm not going, because July of last year we were still in season 2. So I'm doing the year.
Okay.
Like the fiscal year. July. Just say July 1 is the beginning of our fiscal. What have you? What are some of your favorite? What are you? We're gonna do top three. I'm gonna do one. You do one. I'll do one. You do one. I'll do one. Okay.
And you said starting from July 1?
From July of 2021. July 1 of 2021. 3 episodes.
Okay. Yeah, I was going through. I'm gonna say the stages of spiritual awakening for me.
Okay, when was, let's see.
That was August 13th.
Okay. We're giving you guys, so you know when each episode that we talk about it, because as we talk about it, if you want to go back and reference it, you
that
can.
was good too.
What, you got 3. You got 3.
Oh, I thought I was going and you were going.
Right. So tell me why stages of spiritual awakening.
Just because I remember when I got into this world, I had a lot of questions, and it just felt good to be on the other side, in a sense, to be able to share what I've experienced to help other people. So it was almost just like a moment of like being able to give back, and then also just being cognizant of the fact that at one point I was also there too and had a lot of questions. I still got a lot of questions, but
whole lot of questions.
whole lot. But I liked it, just talking about the different stages. I mean, even though it is different for everyone, for me it was very helpful to just have an understanding of, okay, why am I feeling this way, or what's going on?
So you don't feel like you're alone in the process.
Right.
I get that.
What about you?
I would say honestly is the one right before that. Or actually a couple before that. It's protecting your energy.
Ooh, that was a good one too. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people ask about too. Like, how do I protect my energy?
Well,
what do I do?
I think that this is one of those places where I've evolved in that aspect. I'm so protective of my energy now, and I see and experience the difference in my daily life.
Yes.
So I think even when we did this episode, like I said, you guys, we say this all the time. There's layers and levels.
There
and
really is
expansion to the journey, and it's so freaking beautiful, you guys. So I would say even at that point when we did that episode, I was aware of the fact that I was protecting my energy, but what I'm seeing now is the fruits of that.
Yeah.
So I can literally I'm so understanding where I've evolved in the aspect of I'm more understanding and aware of the energy that you put out is the energy that you receive.
Right.
Truly.
Yes, absolutely.
And because I'm consistent with my energy, the energy that I receive, I'm telling you, bullshit has a hard time.
Blessings
upon blessings. Bullshit has a hard time even coming over here. Like it feels clunky and weird in my space just because I'm vulnerable and authentic and true.
Yeah.
So lies and manipulation have it's it doesn't even vibrate on a language that I can understand or even am attracted to try to understand.
Yeah.
But I think that remembering and truly understanding and seeing it play out in my life, that everything is energy, that there's always an exchange, and that the people, relationships, your work, sexually, everything that you associate and connect yourself to energetically in any type of interaction has an effect on your life.
Everything.
And so when I decided to protect that,
you see the fruits of it.
Man, that's one. I think
that was a good episode.
That's an episode for me personally, as I'm putting more of the protecting, making sure I'm so cognizant of the energy that I allow in my space. I see, and I will say that's a question around me.
I will say that that's also a question that I get a lot from people. Like, well, how do I protect myself? Because I've been around someone and now I don't feel real good. what do I do, or what can I do so I can not do this? And a lot of people don't realize
a lot
that
of
they're
people
really
feel-
sensitive until they're
I don't like it.
Something's
You
not
guys-
right.
I think we put on ourselves this. You like that, don't you?
Yeah.
We're talking about our wine, guys. You know.
You know how me it likes.
I think we put on ourselves this guilt and this shame when we realize there are certain people in our lives who we're supposed to want in our lives that don't feel good to us.
Right.
So we make ourselves feel bad when we say, I want to let this go, but it's like, it's my cousin, it's my, whoever this person
And then you
is.
force those relationships, and you really force it, and you force it, and shit just keeps
And you're the
coming up,
one
and it's
who's
like,
hurting.
Yeah,
Because
you gotta let it go. You're right
and I
about that
stand
one.
by this statement. Any relationship where you cannot be who you are, where you have to alter the being, your essence, your
say
energy in
that
order to
again.
match that, it's not for you. So any place where you have to dim your light, where you have to ignore things in order to be in that space, it's not for you. But we're so used to doing
We
that.
are.
We don't even know that that's not. That,
And I think we said this before. Like,
Yes.
when you live your authentic self, you will find the right tribe. Like, your
Absolutely.
right tribe, the people that vibe with you, they will find you. And that's just how it works. And it's funny because as you were saying that, I was thinking back to all of my previous relationships and even friendships that I thought were friendships where I couldn't be authentic. Those weren't true friendships.
Right.
And I'm also thinking about, like, I have one friendship that lasted from when I was hiding, and then the friendship is still continuing on now that I'm kind of open with stuff. And it's really interesting how people come and go,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
But it's the acceptance
But
thing.
it's the acceptance, and it's so. For me, the protecting your energy,
Yeah.
the concept of doing that is in every way. I'm doing things protected from energy that does not match with me. But another way that you protect your energy is just by being who the hell you are. Because your energy can't lie. We can say whatever the heck we want to. But the essence of who you are, your intention, your energy will speak volumes for people who understand energy.
Yep.
So protecting your energy also means you're just being authentic. It will repel what does not belong, and it will attract what's for you. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I have such a
But I feel
more appreciation for that.
But I feel like there's layers to that.
Oh, baby.
Because once you realize that you're worthy and you don't have to entertain the bullshit, and
Yep.
you realize it's like, no, I'm protecting my energy because this is what I want, this is what I deserve.
Yep.
It shifts everything, like all
It
of your
does.
relationships. So it's like, well, I'll speak for myself. So for me, I had to realize, like, protection for me became more of a regular mindset once I realized that I was worthy.
Ooh.
You know, like because once you start knowing who you are, it's like, wait, why am I letting this person get to me? No,
It's not, everybody's not worth my energy
Right.
for me to adjust how
That
I'm
part.
feeling and looking at life. Just to address you, no, absolutely, and honestly, that's a form of self-love. That's a form of protecting
really
your
is.
energy.
It
So
really
yeah, that
is.
one, that's been one of my.
That was a good episode.
I would say that was a good topic, a good episode, but something that I'm also seeing the difference for real in my day-to-day life play out.
Oh, okay.
I'm so grateful for the energy that I have around me. Like, real talk. I'm so grateful. Like I say all the time, like, man, I'm the luckiest bitch alive. Like, for real. I have some beautiful, amazing, strong, goddesses around me who, we build each other up.
Yes.
We
And you know what?
support each other. We're behind each other.
That would've
I
never
literally just
happened.
sent a text. I literally
Yes, you
just sent
did.
a text to one of my groups, my goddess group. And it's just like, hey y'all, but I need y'all to speak life over this for me because like I got some powerful women around me, and so when you surround yourself with whatever your tribe is, it just helps. You help each other grow. It's such a reciprocity and a mutual respect and love for people that you know, like, this matches my energy.
And had we not been
Y'all.
authentic, we would not have
Bing,
found
bang,
each
boom.
other.
Come
so
on.
I'm telling you, like
Like,
you're,
I love that. And we're so, and this is the beautiful thing. We're so different.
So different. Yes, we are.
We're like amazingly different. Like if someone were to look surface level, you wouldn't understand how it is that some of the people in my life are in my life. But when you look into the soul of people, which I've allowed myself to do because I've allowed myself to just expose who I am, truthfully and honestly, man. Oh,
So,
I'm telling you,
those of you who are
a
hiding,
motherfucker that's not on my frequency, you will
Right.
itch around me. It don't feel good to you. It's not gonna work.
those
And I
who
get,
are
and that's the same thing.
hiding, you're losing out. You
You're
are
losing
missing
out.
out on really finding your tribe and connecting with your people. Don't be just don't be afraid. Be your authentic self.
Okay, what's your number 2?
Okay, my number 2. I feel
Or your
like
second one.
I feel like I just looked at this too. Ooh, yeah, this was a good one. I mean, I feel like 2 is kind of tied. Can I do a tie?
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
It's so hard. Like honestly,
yeah.
I was telling
You know what?
me
This is why we have to start recording these live. Because I would do a poll right now. Should Christy have a tie for 2 or should we make her choose? You only get 3. I don't know.
Okay, all right. I'll
Okay, do
leave
a
that
tie
out.
for 3.
Okay, I'll do a tie for 3. Okay, so number 2. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the
Pressure.
side. I know, and then it's like I'm a Libra, so here's my indecisiveness. All right, so manifest your life.
Manifest
like
your
that one.
life.
And the
I mean,
reason
it's
why-
in the title.
But the reason why I like it is because I shared like in the beginning of my awakening. Although I just feel like it happened and whatever. Wasn't just one awakening, but I was sharing how. After my reading with you, you're like, well, you can just start with, this is when we were working together. You can just start with some small things like a parking spot and build your way up from there. And honestly, like I can tell you, I have manifested so many things in my life. And just being able to share that and have that experience and also having other people see it too. It's like, wow, that's real. Like it really is real. Like the real that I did the other day. It's like when people say, man, if you can't manifest stuff, that's not, you can't do that. That's
Baby,
not real. Watch this.
Look at what? I love that. Yeah, I'm real talk. Ever since I saw that clip, I'm like, what am I going to do with this clip, baby? There's so much I got to say. Watch this. Right. I was like, right there.
Watch this.
I think I love that episode too, Christy, because it's one of those things. It's one of those things in this journey where you're like, am I making this stuff up? Am I going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Like, what's happening? When you talk about manifesting your life and you are able to see the concrete results of you changing your mindset, of you connecting to the creator that you are, and understanding that I'm the main character in this life, and this is my life, and you're able to see it manifesting your life in a tangible way. To me, that's one of the greatest things we have to keep us going. Like, okay, I'm good. I'm not crazy. Because we understand when we speak and think life and dream and vision over us and we start to see it manifest in our life, that's a beautiful thing.
It really is. It really is.
I think that's, if I were to say, for the skeptics and the naysayers, if I were to say, just stick to it long enough to see yourself manifest something. I know once I know for a fact, I'll argue this with somebody. Once I've shown you what you can bring into your life off of your own energy, your own speak, your own thought, and your own action, you ain't going back.
Right. You ain't going
Show me somebody who's gonna go back to putting the wool over their own eyes. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I love that. That's a good one, Percy.
So what's your second?
I am.
Oh yeah. I mean, she has it right around her neck.
Look, I'm like,
I'm surprised that's not number 1.
well, see, okay, my top 3 are not 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
They're just top 3 because I'm got that rising Libra in me. I can't decide, so I gotta say it like that. I wouldn't be able to say who's first, who's second, who's third. If I look at them, they're all like the top 3.
Yeah. Okay.
It makes me feel better. The fact that I guilted
I
myself.
just went
on
chronologically. I said which one was the first, and I'll go from there. 1 to 2, 1 to 3. There's so many.
The
good
I am
episodes.
episode is.
That was powerful. I feel like that was a powerful episode because it reminds people, again, words carry so much power in the words that come after I am.
And I think this is the perfect one. The reason I said I am right after this, what you said,
manifesting.
the manifesting, like this episode, we talked about how important it is to be so mindful and careful, considerate, deliberate, and intentional.
And my number 3 is connected to this too. To your number 2.
In anything that you say after I am. So, I am, the recognition of, the declaration of, is the key to manifestation. So that's why I said this one right after what you said. I'm like, oh, this is the perfect one.
I am. And it's huge. Again, remember, words carry so much power. The way that we think, speak, and even for me, like looking at something, that's why affirmations are good. When you have affirmations and you're working with them, put them on mirrors, put them on walls so that you can see them.
This is why we post affirmations every week for you all. If sometimes it's hard to come up with them, but it's so. I mean, any manifestation coach, any person that you know that you're like, no, for real, how did you do that? It really does start from that I am. When the recognition, I said, wait a minute, hold on, I'm for real, that motherfucker, I'm cold as ice, like cold. for real, cold.
Blooded.
Hey.
Yep.
Come on, Rick James. Cold. Okay, no, sorry. Seriously, you guys. So and for me personally, and that's why I said this is my. I would say in my journey, like this is very real. When something inside of me clicked, what I am meant, everything changed for me. It was something, it's just like, wait, hold on, wait, what the fuck? I mean, everything changed for me. And honestly, the necklace I have around my neck, I think it was right around this time, my birthday, 4 or 5 years ago, 39 or 40, because, you know, that's when everything went to shit. My mother asked me, what did I want for my birthday? My mother, and she spoils all of us. And I told her we have a family jeweler. Y'all know I like jewelry. Like this
She's
is not a surprise. Like I'm like we've been talking about this, but I really do love jewelry. So we do have a family jeweler. And when I told my mom, I drew this on a sheet of paper. This medallion that I have around my neck, and my name is an acronym of I am. Mia, and that's for real my real name. Right around this time is when I started understanding, when I think about the story of Moses when he went to the mountaintop and he said, who should I say sent me? I have had so many conversations with spirit, so many conversations with my highest self, and understanding how powerful, like literally I started tearing up, I am is. When I reach back into the depths of the void inside of me and go back to creation, what I imagine is, in order for you to know that you exist, there has to be something on the other side of this. Is why polarity is the most amazing. It's such a beautiful thing. How do I know what happy is without sad?
Right.
You know? So how do I know I exist without something else? And so it's like that something else, I call it that mirror moment in consciousness where it says, oh shit, I am. Like, to me, it is an awakening. These words to me in my journey are an awakening moment to me, like, oh shit, I exist. Mm-hmm. Like, for real. And this is my shit. Yeah. And I get to do whatever I want with it.
Whatever.
So for me, it was like, in my journey, anytime I get lost, anytime I'm confused or I'm getting scared, I go back to. And like I said, like my name, nothing in our life is accidental. Right. My name is I am. My name is Mia, and Mia in a few languages means mine. And to me, I think about I am mine. I am mine. I belong to me.
Yeah.
And so
Okay,
this
that's
necklace
deep.
that I very rarely ever take off. Chrissy knows I always
I don't
have
think
this
I've ever maybe seen it off once.
once or twice.
Once or twice.
But I'll hide it under another necklace because she loves her jewelry. She's going to put on her jewels.
She's
I
not joking,
asked,
by the
this
way.
was I was like, I drew this picture on a piece of paper. I gave it to my mother on my birthday. My mother, this fascinating, beautiful, like, man, she set the bar real high of what a woman is. And on my birthday, she got this made for me, and it's everything to me. So this is definitely one of the top episodes for me, to be able to talk about what made me get to me. And for those 2 words, 3 letters, is one of the major. I like the book that I have sitting, I really need to release, is so much about discovering the I am. So yeah, that was a good one for me. That was a deep one for me because it was so real. I can't even explain to y'all, like.
But see, I am like anytime I see the word, or those words, anytime I hear it, type it, speak it, I always think of you. Always, like, I am Mia.
That's a blessing to me. Like, no, because
Mia.
like it's such a. One day something just clicked. I'm like, oh my God, I am. Oh my, I'm for real here. I'm here, and the unfolding of that grows all the time. It's just like, no, for real, I am that I am. I wrote a whole thing about the comma. Because in Hebrew, depending on who you ask, Eye, Ashia, Eye, is either I am, comma, I am, or I am that I am. So depending on who you ask. So I wrote this, y'all know I get a little nerdy sometimes. I wrote this whole thing about embracing the comma and what the comma in that statement means. Like, y'all, I don't think y'all understand this.
Have you posted it?
This for me,
Like on your
no, I
website?
haven't posted it yet, girl. I'm like, I get scared because
She
y'all
gets
know
scared.
I get scared sometimes.
Girl,
but
you better live your authentic truth.
I be living on just the sharing part. But you guys, and again, like Chrissy said, you guys are walking this journey with us. As we share, we just have the platform to speak to what's happening with us. And when I tell you what I'm reflecting on today and sharing, is truly one of the things that has and continues to change my fucking life.
Yeah.
It's 3 fucking letters. Like, I'm like, real talk.
That's awesome.
Okay, Christy, what you got? What's your next
Okay,
one?
top 3, top third, which is connected to the manifesting. I believe is the practicing
Manifest
attachment.
your life. Ooh,
Practicing
child.
attachment, because I feel like
Come on, Christy.
that was a new lesson for me. Because, if you think about, okay, living in this 3D world, if you want something really bad, you kind of have to fight for it. You have to force it and get it. I'm gonna get you,
baby.
I'm gonna get you. But honestly, like, the way that this works, I mean, if you start thinking about everything being energy, the energy that you put out there, if you put the energy out there that what you want or desire is unattainable, is going to continue to be that way. But if you put the energy out there that's like, okay, this is what is mine, I am,
Come on.
and it will be, and then you just walk away and let it go and live your life and you're happy, that's when it comes. When you're constantly like, oh, when is it coming? And you're constantly looking out the window.
on, man.
When you're waiting for a package to come from UPS.
It's the worst.
And you keep looking out the window like, where is it?
When
And
you wait,
checking the
let me
check
tell you
your
something.
email.
I still remember to this day being in school. Look, this is back in the day when they actually had clocks in classrooms. That damn, it was like It would not hit fucking 2:30.
They say when you watch a pot boil, it doesn't boil.
It would
When
not
you
do
watch
it. It
toast,
would no. This is
you
real.
watch the bread toast, it doesn't toast.
When you surrender to shit, this shit about
Right.
to be over anyway. You look up like, oh damn, it's over. But I'm sitting there staring. Please, come on, I want to go.
It's not gonna come.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
All
And the
perception.
reason why I really like that that particular episode is because when I learned and practiced detachment, that's when some things changed. I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so contrary to what we're taught.
Yes.
You know?
It sounds weird,
Yeah,
right?
it sounds weird. It even feels weird. Especially
Yeah,
with
so
something that
wait,
you
so
want.
let go of it so I can get
Right,
it?
and I'm not
What?
supposed to
You
think
sound
about
crazy,
it,
lady.
and I'm not supposed to like ruminate over it and obsess
Like I gotta
over
fight
it.
over it. I got to fight. I got
have
to
to
get it. I
obsess,
got to,
right.
I mean, I got a plan of action. I'm ambitious
Right.
about it. I'm, yeah.
Nope.
It's contrary to
It's
everything
like,
we've been
that's
taught.
mine.
That's a good one.
Okay, bye bye.
He's like, mm-mm.
I'll see you.
I like that one.
Yeah, that
Do
was a
you
good
think you're... Because it's hard. I mean, like, I'm just sitting here thinking personally with me, do you think
It
that
is
you have learned over the past year, is it easier for you to surrender, to let go?
It's easier, but it's still not easy.
Ooh!
If that makes sense.
That's a whole word. She said it.
It's easier, but it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and it's funny because now I feel like on this side of the train tracks, I'm more cognizant and conscious of the things that I do and my actions and my thoughts. So when something comes up, I literally stop. Why am I thinking that way? Why do I feel this? Like today I had a meeting and this guy was trying to take over the meeting and I was starting to feel some kind of way, like I had to protect my meeting space. I'm like, Christy, if this is what he wants to do,
Baby,
let him do it.
Hey, if that's his rocks,
Smile.
it doesn't, because it's not taking anything away
Nothing.
from me. Yes,
Nothing.
that
And then
part.
for him, like, it's maybe this is what he needed. So I let that go. But honestly, I would have never been in that position had I not learned to just detach.
Yes.
It's hard, though. It really is. Because, again, it goes contrary to everything that we've believed and what we've been taught. If you really, really want something, you have to really work hard.
And
Not to say
So-
that you still shouldn't work. Like, you can manifest some stuff. You still have to put some action.
But there has to be, at some level, where does the faith kick in? Where does the confidence kick in? Where does the knowingness that this is mine? I ain't got
Well,
to
you
think
know in the
about this
Bible
shit
it
all day.
says-
It's done.
What does it say? Faith without actions
Yes.
is dead. So yeah, even though we want to manifest something, if say you want to be a successful singer, well, if you're just going to bed and waking up and not practicing and not putting in the time, you got to put some action behind it.
Because how do we tell, again, back to everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
How do I tell the universe, the spirit world, everyone that I know, that I'm serious about whatever it is, like using your example, being a singer, if I'm not consistently doing it,
Right.
right? So when we continually do something, if I want to be a singer, I'm continually singing. I'm singing to myself. I'm singing in the shower. I'm recording myself. I'm singing. That doesn't have to be done because this is what I love to do. But the universe was telling us we need to give her more opportunities to do this. But if you're shutting your mouth until I have the opportunity to do it, you aren't creating the opportunity.
Right.
Which brings me to what my next,
Oh, I love
what
this.
my other episode is. You are the creator
Yes.
and the creation.
So that was another one too.
That
I was like,
yes!
And then
Because
the ego and the higher self. Yeah,
that
that was a
one.
good episode.
So when you realize that one, for me, that was the thing, because you guys, when you realize, okay, this is the ladder for me. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. What does that mean? Okay, that means I'm here. I chose to be here. But my origin is not human.
Mm-hmm.
My origin is something else. So I chose to be here. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I chose to be here. So that means that there's something that I need, want, or believe is here in this space. Oh, wait. So am I a creation of something else, or am I a creation of my own? And then I started asking the question, if I'm a creation of something else or a creation of my own, there's something in me that still tells me no matter where you look at that, on that spectrum, I got power here.
Yep.
My decisions affect my life. So when we start looking at, is the creator separate from the creation? Meaning, is God a part of the creation that they create? And so that episode for me is like, because we really are exploring what we're talking about here. It's just like, we talk about God's self.
Yep.
We talk about, being in this earth and being and choosing to be here. But at the end of the day, what it is an acknowledgement of the fact that we are both creator and creation. And so that was a dope episode for me, y'all, because it's just it's such a great reminder. Like, man, we got this.
Absolutely, we do.
And our life is there. Look, I know there's some people that don't want to hear this, but this is very real. Energetically, everything in your life is there because of your energy.
Energetically. And we say this, I feel like we say this a lot.
I know. But, sometimes people hear themselves. Sometimes people hear themselves or hear someone say, hey, everything in your life that's happening is because of you. The decisions that you have made in your life and the energy that you have put out in the world. And they don't like what they see. So they said, no, that's not, my energy didn't attract someone who hurts me like this. My energy didn't attract me being fired from a job. My energy didn't attract, etc., etc., etc. So they don't want to hear that. But when you're in a place of power and influence and understanding of who you are, it's so much easier to understand, like, yes, I made this happen. But what I love about polarity, which what we have here, is you can't accept that the beautiful things happen in your life because of something you did, but think that what you view as negative things happen in your life outside of you. Mm-hmm. If you created the good, what makes it that you didn't create what you call the bad in your life?
And I have to admit, like I'd say maybe this is from the first episode, just really having an understanding of duality.
Yes.
And realizing that there is no good, there is no bad, there just is. And you can't have one without the other. Again, just the yin.
So how do I even know what's good energy if I don't know what negative is? So how is it that we in how can I say this? How is it that we as humans, with the experience that we have and how we've evolved as a species, believe that everything that is beautiful and good in our life we created, but think that everything that's bad is not of us?
Right.
Woo! That we have nothing to do with.
Exactly.
Come on, y'all.
And
We can't be that short-sighted in life.
Right. And then something else, just learning too, is that it's important to be, well, one, I do think it's important to be able to experience both extremes.
Yeah.
And then two, I think it's also a blessing that we get to experience those extremes. Mm-hmm. Like the feelings that we have, the fact that we get to have those highs, we get to have those lows.
That is a blessing.
Grateful.
No. Christy, I'm telling you.
Having that experience.
I never took the time to create the vocabulary to explain that, but from the day you talked about one of your coaches from your Angel Reiki class, how she talked about, I'm just so grateful for being able to experience the highs and the lows. That resonated so much with me because I was like, I totally understand, but I never put words to it like that. And it's so simple. And I think that's what allows me to really tap into that I am a creator and the creation at the same time. I'm so freaking blessed that I get to stretch my heart muscle like this. Even the bad things, the things that, like, that's not what I ask for, what I consciously am asking for. But what I realize in all the things that I have experienced with my heart is everything I needed to be able to be who I am. To be able to sit here at the ripe old age of 45 years old and believe in love in any way.
Yep.
Believe in love the way that I do.
Yes,
for real.
Mia and her Lifetime love. Her
It's just
Hallmark Channel love.
I believe in it in every aspect, but and you guys, I'm not one of those people who just been living life with rainbows and unicorns. No.
No.
Sis
No,
dug,
no.
no. Sis has dug through the mud.
Yes.
Like I've been to Middle Earth. Where J.R.R. talking? What's the that show? Got where they went to Middle Earth. Bitch has been there. Okay. I'm trying to tell you.
It kind of feels like you were right at the edge.
Man, I'm
just
trying
saying.
to tell you.
Okay, can we have a bonus episode? Because I just thought about this one.
What?
And I was just like, this really brought a smile to my heart. Okay, so another episode that I really, really like talking about. Honestly, I like talking about all of this stuff. I really do.
Yes.
You
However-
all probably noticed too. I'm not. It's very interesting, just our personalities. I'm not a big talker. I can talk, but I'm not a big talker.
Lies.
Okay. The bonus episode, Soul Contract.
Ooh,
Just
child.
because I have to remind myself on a regular basis, Christy, you agreed to this. You agreed to all of this. And there are lessons in here. There are lessons in this lifetime that you are meant to learn, and you are meant to use those lessons to help other people, to help awaken them. There's this purpose here. In the Soul Contract, the episode, I really enjoyed it because it's a really great reminder that keeps us grounded. Like, man, why am I here? Can I just...
Like, leave me alone.
No. You came here to do some work, and you agreed to this. Earth is a very dense space. The energy is very dense. And actually, was it Dolores Cannon that said that Earth is one of the hardest places to reincarnate?
The fact that we're even here, y'all, you're a winner. You're a whole soldier. Like, you are that thing. For you to reincarnate on Earth. I mean... And I apologize if this is some people like, oh, here they go. But real talk, if you are here on Earth and reincarnated here and even surviving, understand that you a whole warrior. This place is not for the faint.
It is not.
And this is the thing. When you come here, you know exactly what time and space you're in. Right. So every one of us that have decided to be here during this time, during the Great Awakening,
we all
baby.
Shit.
We just like we some whole fools out here. Like I'll come down. I'll come.
That's the hard. Look, with me, I already know that's the hard one. Okay, I'll go. I want the challenge.
Now, oh, this is gonna be so fun. Ooh, buckle up, bitches. Yeah, all of y'all decided. Every last one. You get mad. I know.
Decided.
Yep. I didn't. Yeah, you did.
So I had a client the other day. It's dope. It's very dope. So I had a client the other day. I said, you know what? How about you shift your perspective? Instead of thinking about everything that's wrong around you, think about what is it you need to learn from this. Because we all came here to learn. We all came here to experience this expression of being human. The highs, the lows.
Christy knows, I talk about this a little bit. I've talked to myself quite often. And my highest self, and I do tap into my own Akashic records often. In this lifetime, just kind of tapping into, why I chose to be here. My highest self and my spiritual team, like, it's the best giggle to them. Because they're like, you always want something that's going to stretch your heart. So, like, and every time you come, you remember who you are. And it's just... Your biggest thing is, I always want to remember this time. Every time I reincarnate in a space, because it's so beautiful. It's such a different space. The way that we're able to physically. I wish I could. Like, on Earth, being a human is part of our soul journey. This is why so many of us come back, and this is why it's so hard for me to judge people who do things what we would call hurt themselves, because we don't understand that when you're in spirit, the way that we experience our feelings is different than the way as humans. We get to experience it where it comes over us physically. Yeah. So a drug addict who's never experienced, like, oh my God, my feelings can make my body do this or this. It's no difference from somebody who is high off of being in love. My feelings can make me go absolutely batshit crazy, or feel like I'm walking in the sky. Mm-hmm. There's not a difference spiritually between that and the extreme. So the fact that as a human, I have allowed myself to be vulnerable enough to experience the lows of the lows, because spiritually my body just knows, like, oh my God, that's a feeling. To experience the high of the highs, I'm so fucking grateful. I would be pissed at myself. My soul would be like, I can't believe you came down here with the opportunity to feel your life.
Like, think about
and you
it.
Didn't do it?
Think about going to
the
another
nerve.
Planet. Think about going to another planet and really wanting to experience what they go through, and really, like,
I want to experience my soul.
Like, from the very tip to the other end of the spectrum. Like, you want to experience everything from A to Z. You don't want to skip. That's what this human existence is, and we all agreed to do this.
Yes.
At this
and
time.
Why in the hell wouldn't you? Because it's fucking delicious. It's delicious.
So that's a shift of your mind.
That's
like, that's another thing too. Like, once you shift your perspective, things change.
It's just all of it is delicious. Even the parts where I'm just
delicious.
Like,
I like that word.
The fact that I could, because I don't know any other way to describe
it's a good word.
it. It's just like, what's next? What do we get to experience next? So I get a bonus episode.
Yeah, what's your bonus?
Self-betrayal. Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Self-betrayal would be definitely.
I was looking in the mirror.
I was eeny, meeny, miny, moaning on self-betrayal, and whether or not that should be in my top 3, because
I feel like that was a lesson for me.
I was about to say yes. No, self-betrayal is one of the top ones, because I got to that point at some point in this journey, at some time in this journey, where I realized a lot of the things that I felt were happening to me were because of my own self-betrayal. Because of how, think about it, we get upset when somebody says, if someone says they're going to do something and they don't do it, we get upset. Like, you're not a man of your word, or you're not a woman of your word. You said this and you didn't do it. But when you start to think about how many times you do that to yourself, how many times have you said, I'm going to start my workout Monday? How many times have you said, how many times have I said to myself,
tomorrow,
you know what, this weekend is the weekend that I organize my life. And these may not be big things, but what we're doing is constantly lying to ourselves. We're betraying ourselves, where we allow it to become regular behavior. And then we have the nerve to expect someone to be on top of their word, where we're not even on top of our word for ourselves. So self-betrayal to me is, once I got to a certain point, what the fuck is a pernt? Okay, sorry. A certain point in my journey, I realized that some of the pain that I experienced from other people was because of my own self-betrayal. I made myself believe things that I knew were not true because I wanted to avoid pain. And so what we do to ourselves, and this is another form of self-betrayal, trying to avoid pain. You're not going to avoid the hurt.
Yeah, don't run away from it.
No, I'm sorry, you can avoid the hurt for a time. It does not go away. And so you elongate it, like baby, laundry. And when the pile up is a whole fucking fool. The pile up is,
I told you, like,
terrible.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Just rip it off.
Just rip it off.
Okay, that's my takeaway. Rip it off, y'all. Just, oh my goodness. So, because that's where I've been and I've learned, that episode was what was good for me. And I am so much more comfortable with just ripping it off. Because when I understand, there's not one thing that happens to me that is not in my favor.
Right.
Even if I don't see it
I
at that
agree.
moment.
Yeah.
So that's my mindset
Because
now.
initially there's like that unknown. I don't want to face this now because I don't know what's on the other side. But now, once you get to a point where you
it's
know
like
what's on the other
there's
side,
nothing that is
you know
not
the
in my
good.
favor.
You know there's the good
It's
on the
good.
other side. Just walk through it.
Walk through this. Like I don't
Learn the lesson, get the A. Just go
Come
pass
on.
it so you don't have to keep repeating that same lesson.
Yes. And you will continue to repeat that same lesson.
Yes.
For real. You can
In
ignore it
various
as
ways.
much, baby, over and over. If you have been dating the same person over, and you're like, why am I still attracted to? How is it that's you, sweetheart?
something,
Look at the
it's
common
you.
denominator.
It all starts within.
Huh.
It all starts within.
So yeah.
Woo, man, that's good.
So, how many minutes we have, Christy?
We're at 50.
Oh, okay. So we're not gonna do message or crystal today. So, Christy, what would you say? This is our last thing. Y'all can't believe this is the second year. We're walking into our third year. Woo! Okay. Between July of last year and July of this year, what would you say just for you spiritually, your emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, non-tangible 3D things? Where do you feel like you've grown the most? Where do you feel like you've evolved the most? What has you excited about what's happened year over year, spiritually for you?
That's a good question. You guys, Mia always presents those good questions. Trusting myself.
Ooh-wee.
Trusting myself has been huge, I'd say, within the last year, because in this spiritual journey, and I don't like using that word because I really feel like the whole spiritual journey is just coming back to self. Like you are just coming back to your authentic self and healing. If anything, I feel like it's more of a healing journey. But anyway, I digress. But it's trusting myself because initially I really didn't trust what I was feeling. I second guessed myself. I was seeking spiritual validation, which I still do, and I think it's normal no matter where you are in the journey. We all need guidance. We all need assurance. But really learning to trust what I feel and really connecting with my guides and trusting them, that has been key, like the last year.
That's a good one because that's actually the one that I was gonna say. But since you said that, I'll go with the other one.
Okay, what's the other one?
Walking and acting in faith, because it's really piggybacking to the trust. At one point, I think it might have been maybe near the end of the year, December of 2021. Because we're talking about from July to July, right? July 1 and July 1. Something just clicked in my head. I'm like, where it clicked said, hold on. I have never been forsaken. When I thought everything was going to hell, that it was so terrible, I have never been on the bottom. For real. And then I just started kind of thinking like, no, seriously. And that's why one of the affirmations that I say is that the universe is always conspiring on my behalf.
Always.
Because I started to understand and see for real. I mean, the human self would think, oh, damn, they got me. They got your girl. And spirit self was like, baby, bye. This is nothing but a lesson. Understand, we need to see. We need you to see certain things so you'll be able to know how to move. So moving in faith and blind faith. Like, I no longer feel like the universe doesn't have to show me. Like my spiritual team doesn't have to prove to me they got my back. Well, prove to me that they don't have to. I'm good.
Yeah. There's no need to prove.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm covered. Everything that I have in my life, I have spoken.
That's how it's always been.
Period.
I look
Period.
back and I'm like, how did I?
How
Like,
did I
even
get
from-
through the stuff that I got through? I can't believe.
Even
How
from
am
my
I
time
still
in New York,
here?
Like
Come on, man.
Share with me, and I might have shared with the podcast too about this guy that used to help me out. This is when I was dancing in New York. Man, struggling artist, struggling.
Yeah, dancing. She means out.
I couldn't even. Yes, and not stripping. Let's make that clear.
No,
not
I just
stripping.
want when she said no dancing. No, because that's what people say.
All the time.
So she was trying to be. She was not. I shouldn't say trying. She was Alvin Ailing it.
Struggling.
I still think that's kind of dope. It's the same thing as when models move from New York.
I know, struggling. I mean, there are times where I did not have enough money for the bus or the train, so I had to walk across Central Park from the east side to the west side, walk
And that's a
downtown,
walk, y'all.
and then dance all day, starve, walk back home at night, eat pasta. I mean, it was a thing, but yeah. I don't regret it though, because I really feel like that part of my life helped me. And I also like the John Doe that I told you about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what you were saying.
He was like an angel. There was this guy that I met. I don't even know how I met him. Just met him at a cafe. He was sitting outside reading a paper, trying not to look suspicious, but looking suspicious. He was this private investigator. That's what he said. But he used to give me money to help me pay for rent because I was so broke.
And never touched her.
Never touched me.
Never
asked
even
for
brought it up.
anything. Never. He
Would just appear.
He would just like out of the blue.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes, even when you,
And whenever I needed it, that's when I saw him.
look. Sometimes in your life, this is why you gotta have faith in yourself. You have already designed this. So any challenge that you are going through, understand, like, you cannot be successful without failure. How the hell do you know what success is if you have not failed?
Bet on yourself.
So bet on yourself every freaking time.
We're so quick to give other people second, third, 10 chances.
And we won't do it for ourselves. Baby, we deserve all the chances, the opportunities.
And there's that worthiness.
And you can, yes, you are worthy of starting over again whenever and however you feel like, because you are the creator. Free will as this creation.
Yes.
And our girl.
I like these reflection episodes because it shows us how much we have evolved, like within a year, within that time frame. Because life is ever changing, and it's really interesting because if you notice, your old friends kind of expect you to be the same from 10, 15, 20 years ago.
She not her no more.
Right.
She not her.
She's dead.
Her died.
She's gone.
We love her though.
But it's like life is meant for you to be constantly evolving and growing and learning and applying those lessons to life so that you can correct it and, move on to the next level and help other people do the same. Like that, to me, that is what life is to me. And then also, we're here to experience what it feels like to be human.
So what I love about, when I think about the triple goddess, I know I love talking about the goddess, the goddess energy.
Shameless
in every aspect of our life, just like the moon, we are continually moving from the maiden goddess, that new, that fresh, that creation, that when you're all about self, to the mother goddess time in our lives, where we are fertile and what we are giving to the world from ourselves. We have that confidence to know, and that ambition, that fire, and that fight. To the crone goddess, where we are the wise one, where my wisdom speaks without me saying a word, because I've experienced this enough. What we don't give ourselves credit to understand is, you are the maiden, the mother, and the crone so many times in your life. Right now I'm in maiden zone. I know where I am. I'm new and I'm fresh. I know exactly
Fresh
where I
and so
am.
clean.
But, you know, this is probably my third or fourth time being in this space as feeling that maiden energy. Right. So
See, I
that's
feel
what
like
I'm
I'm
saying.
in the middle.
See? So you're in your mother zone.
Yeah, I'm in the mother.
So the cycles of our life, they just keep going. If you look at the way, when you look at language in waves, it's up and it's down. It's this cycle. It's repeated pattern. You're going to be up. You're going to be the maiden. You're going to be the mother. You're going to be the crone. And then you're the maiden. And then you're the...
Man, that is the
their
truth.
cycles, the cycles may last longer, but understand you will hit every aspect of that divine self several times within each life.
And that's true.
I mean,
Because
seriously.
I know that I'm about to, so I'm in the, you said the maiden,
the mother.
the mother, and the crone. So right now I feel like I'm in the mother phase.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I have my last baby. She's about to leave home.
Yep.
She's about to go to school. And then I'm also I feel like I'm about to enter in the beginning stages of the crone. Because also my body's changing. I'm hormonally stuff is happening. And I feel like I'm entering like the beginning stages of the crone. But then I feel like there's going to be that cycle again where it's new. And then it's
Yeah, no,
mother,
that's
and then
exactly
it's
what
crone
happens.
within that cycle. So
I
I
feel
never even thought about that. But yeah,
I
everything
feel
is a
very
cycle.
maiden. And again, the energy of the maiden is I feel new. I feel I have the whiteboard in front of me. And I'm in a space of creation, of newness. But that crone is so strong in me. So even the newness comes from some wisdom.
Right.
And so once you've been through a couple of these cycles, you understand that you, in some aspect, are always embodying every aspect of the goddess. The maiden, the mother, and the crone. However, one is leading the charge at all times. And just like the cycles of life, just like the moon. And again, this is real for me. Like y'all know I love the moon.
Yes, yes.
Because the moon is so reflective of our lives. The moon shows us how we change the cycles of our life. We can change from day to day, but we are still who we are. That's what the moon reflects to us. It reminds us that the cycles just continue, that this is a pattern. And which cycle you are in depends on your decision making and who and what you decide to be. And that's why I love the moon. It's just a reminder, like, even though I'm always the moon, sometimes I'm a quarter moon, I'm a crescent, sometimes I'm a half moon, sometimes I'm full, sometimes you can't even see me. I mean,
do you see me?
Yeah, you can't see me because I close my eyes. You cannot see me. And I love that because that's how
And those
we
are
are in
phases.
life. And those are phases.
And yeah.
Come on.
The maiden,
Real talk.
the mother, and the crone.
And the
like,
crone.
Those are phases that the moon also reflects and represents. That's
what
yeah.
I'm talking about. I'm just saying.
All right, Mia. I see you.
Pink.
I see you. Okay, well we're over an hour.
All right. Well, shoot, I'm done. I
Well,
have
we're
nothing
done.
else.
I have nothing else either.
I'm done.
Other than this wine that she poured in my glass and I need to finish up. But I want to thank you all for listening to our podcast. Thank you for listening to Two Queens and Crystal Things.
Thank you, guys.
As
we are at
always.
2 years.
2 years. And
I
thank
feel
you for 2
full.
years.
And thank you for 2 years. Thank you for listening. Share with your friends.
Yeah.
Again, hit us up, y'all. Let us know how you feeling, what you want to hear. Any questions you may have. We
Any
love stuff like
breakthroughs.
that.
Yeah.
Any breakthroughs. Yo, you know what? I just had an idea. See, I told you I'm in the maid mode. Like, this is a very real thing, y'all. I'm serious. I just had an idea. I think we need to. Oh, okay. I got an idea. Y'all about to start sharing with us your breakthroughs that you're going through in your life. I got an idea. This is gonna be fun. Okay,
We'll talk
okay.
about it.
I'm gonna.
Thank you guys.
Clink, clink, clink.
And then you all may have noticed the ads in our episodes now. I apologize if they got a little out of hand because I was still trying to figure out the platform.
Our chief technology officer. Christy Edwards.
who I don't know got the title. I just kind of figure things out, and I'm trying to figure things out. So I appreciate you all's
She's the
patience.
dopeness.
Because some people text like, "What was going on?" So I apologize about that. But you all, as much as we love this takes time, and this takes energy, and it's a lot, you know. And we're also working. We have families, so we do have ads running now.
One of us has a guy. I'm just gonna shut up on that part. I have little feelings to myself. If y'all know some fine girl.
No, she's gonna finish once we're off air. But be sure to follow us on our personal pages. You can follow Mia at Wings Unleashed 444. You can follow me at Christy R. Edwards. Thank you so much again.
And that's Christy with the IE.
Yes, Christy with the IE, not a K and not a Y. Thank you.
Boom, boom.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Yes, love you. Light, peace, love.
And so, bye.